Welcome to the Your Leadership Legacy podcast. My name is Tina Paulus-Krause, and I'm so excited to bring you this next podcast dedicated to you high performers out there who want to reinvent yourself, reinvent your business, maybe your career, all of it. This podcast is all about being dedicated to transformation and being the best possible leader of yourself and others that you can be in order to create a legacy that lives on. Welcome to Your Leadership Legacy. My name is Tina Paulus-Krause. I am the founder and CEO of True You Teams. And here we go. And welcome to Your Leadership Legacy. My name is Tina Paulus-Krause, and I'm super excited. I know I say that all the time, but I'm really excited today to welcome Tiffany Houser to the house. Hey, Tiffany.
Hi, Tina.
How are you?
I am pretty good. Pretty good over here.
Good, good. All right, I'm going to read your bio, and then I want you to tell everybody how awesome you are. So let me read your bio. Tiffany Houser is a leadership coach, facilitator, and speaker. Tiffany's company, Evolve, works with intrapreneurs, which I want to talk about, executives, teams, and companies focusing on productivity, engagement, soft skills, D&I, emotional intelligence, mindset, potential, and transforming culture. So help me in welcoming Tiffany. What's so cool, Tiffany, is that, this work that you do, I'm so excited to have a conversation with you about it and what it means to kind of what's going on in the world today. So if you could just tell us a little bit about you, that would be amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tina. Thank you for having me on today. And so the work that I'm into, I just usually say I am a workplace expert. So I mainly work with people who are in, and I'm trying to get all this off my face right now. I don't know how to do it, but it's just maybe that's what's happening today. Yeah. So I work with people on both sides of the desk. So I like to give people the visual of the desk where I work with leaders and executives who are, they're invested in culture and the people experience. Mm-hmm. And then the people on the other side of the desk, the intrapreneur, which, we can unpack that.
Yep.
And the teams and the people that make the company what it is. So I work, in the corporate setting with training and development, coaching, and any sort of strategic work and transformation work that goes around culture and diversity and inclusion specifically. Yep. And then in my private practice, I work with individuals who are looking to land their dream job. And that also is with people who have a great job, but they're looking to even elevate it more into their purpose, their vision, and what they want.
Right. Beautiful. So based on all of that, before I even go there, let's unpack intrapreneur. What does that mean? Talk to us about what that means.
Yeah, that's something that was brought to me earlier this year by two people that I'm doing a project with, Shauna Weiss and Journey Jill, who you know.
I do, yes.
And the intrapreneur is the person within a company that operates like an entrepreneur. So they are autonomous, they are making their own decisions, they're agile, they are their own think tank. So they come up with ideas and they execute. It's not as if there's a chain of command or they need to go get something, approved. It's like they're operating as their own company within a company. And that's really what leaders are looking for, are people, especially now. Imagine the entrepreneur who's home right now. Right. They're probably doing so well and thriving in this space because it doesn't take much direction for someone who is, and we're all entrepreneurs, by the way. We all are. Yeah. So I support companies and I support individuals unleashing that, unlocking that to tap into it. And, that gives you your power back, and it creates less work for leadership and for training and development folks.
Right. It reminds me of just the leadership conversation, right? It's being a leader of your own work and your own self and everything that you've got around you. So how does everything that you just say or that you just talked about, how does it relate to what's happening right now in the world with the virus?
Okay, so that's a big question.
It is, yeah.
So, because to be honest, I'm navigating through this myself.
Right.
So, it's not as if, I have all the answers. I don't. And right now I'm a partner. Just as I've always been, I'm a partner. So, I've been approaching my clients and potential clients with, these are the things that, I see are what are the opportunities right now with the people experience. It's peace of mind and well-being, number one, the well-being and peace of mind. Number two, communication. Communication is key right now.
Yeah.
Number three, collaboration and teamwork, which is where, you specialize in. And then that last piece being, the innovation, the creativity, the resourcing. So tapping into all these other pieces that, because we've been going into an office every day, sitting at the same desk, working the same way, that now we have this opportunity to unlock other pieces of the puzzle of who we are.
Yeah.
So kind of broadening the strokes in those areas and then allowing them to look through the lens of what speaks the most to them now.
Right. So is that kind of what you're hearing? The next question, I think you might have just answered it a little bit, but the next question that I had for you is, like, as you talk to your clients, as you talk to these teams of people, what's the biggest need right now?
Peace of mind.
Yeah.
Well, that was last week. So now, it's interesting because we're in week 2.
Yeah.
So first was peace of mind includes communication. So I think the whole, the well-being, and we've talked about this before, everyone's getting that standard email from every email list they're on. Like, the first thing we want to know is that, we want you to know is that, our employees are safe. We want to make sure you're safe. And so it's that well-being, peace of mind, because, I talked about this yesterday in my series, that layoffs are here, and and furloughs. Some people are getting furloughed as well. So those kind of conversations. So yes, Tina, communication is number 2. And then the agility and flexibility of how we be now with the same work that we've already been doing, and how we adjust to create what gets to happen as we move through this.
Right. So Tiffany, if I'm a leader out there, and I've gone through, like, everybody's safe, I've communicated out what's going on, and I'm unsure of how to get to that next piece. Like, what's next? How do I get this team in remote working order so that everybody's moving on all cylinders? Like, how are you coaching clients through that?
The first piece is to pause, because everyone wants to go, 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 go. Like, are you guys okay? Great, let's go.
Yeah.
And it's coming back to the drawing board and, like, working as team in, just how we are right now in some sort of a online group platform, and creating the new way. This is what it means now. So not just saying, here's this, here's that, and having, like, your typical team meeting that you normally would have no matter what, but actually laying out, like, this is what it means. Like, and prioritize. I rarely use that word prioritizing, but it's coming up for some reason right now, but prioritizing the work too. What is urgent right now? What's important? What would be great if we got it done? And what's going in the tickler file for later? So getting in a room of some sort together and starting from this point, not from the way we used to, and like, well, this is the protocol, like, scratch all that, create new protocol, create new parameters, new paradigms, because that's where we are right now. And now co-create. So it doesn't come from leadership. We get to all participate in this right now. So that's another big piece that feels really good, because just like I said, I don't have all the answers, and I'm navigating through this myself. So imagine the senior leaders right now who might be in a relation, might be a spouse, might be a parent, might be a son or daughter of an elderly, parent situation that they're navigating too. So let's all collectively participate in co-creating what we're moving into now.
Yeah, so important. I love the co-creation thing. What would you say to a leader? So there's what's coming up in my head right now is, like, there's this whole paradigm shift in leadership, right? Because we've got this old school leadership that's really evolving into the new leadership which is what you talked a lot about. So what would you say to that leader out there that's been a leader for, I don't know, maybe 20 years, right? Like it's in the old school leadership is in their bones. It's the tell, do, just that old school leadership. Like what coaching would you give to that leader to really help that leader understand why it's so important to evolve into this new leadership style?
Yeah.
Or not style, but new way of leading.
Yeah. I'm just calling it a new paradigm. We're in definitely a new paradigm.
Yeah.
So the first thing is to lean in to the growth mindset and to enroll everyone to co-create with you. Yeah. You do not need to have all the answers. In fact, you don't have all the answers right now. And whatever is in your gap, someone on your team has the filler. Yeah. Someone on your team has the filler. And this is now, just like I was saying, like coming together in a room to co-create, everybody's voice matters right now. So yes, you're the leader, but also know that turn the mics on for everyone. Let everyone get in there. All ideas count. All ideas are great, right? As they always are. Yeah. And this isn't a ship you're steering on your own.
How freeing is that for a leader? I mean, really, how freeing is that?
That's leadership. You and I both know that. That's leadership. Yeah. It's never just me or I, or like I'm the one with all the ideas or all the direction. The ship goes further when we all are participating in its movement.
Yeah. What would you say? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so let's go to the other side of the desk. I love that, as you say, to the person who is working on that team. They maybe not be the leader with the title on that team. They're still a leader. I want to get that in there, right? Because we're all leaders.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What would you say to that person that has typically in the past, up until now, been nervous, scared, whatever emotion was coming up, that they weren't able to use? They had this story in their head that I'm scared to use my voice. I'm scared to speak up. What advice would you give them in this new paradigm?
Come out of the closet. It's time to come out of the closet. And maybe not, first on the conference call, but come out of the closet. Who's home with you right now? And who can you call? A confidant, a former coworker, a mentor, a former boss. Who can you come out of the closet with right now and say, I have these ideas, and in the past or up until now, I felt this way, or my experience of them was this, because, I know that story. Like that story is like, well, they're the leaders, or they're the lead of this project, or this client. It's not my client, it's their client. I hear that a lot. Yeah. That, no one wants to step on anyone's toes. And there is sometimes that story of like, undeserved, I'm not, this isn't my show to run. To come out of the closet, you are needed. We are all needed right now. So the first step, if you're really struggling with that, come out of the closet and talk to someone not in your workspace, but talk to someone and just come out with what your ideas are. The second thing is to write them down, get it all out, all those ideas, everything you ever thought about, or everything you think could be a contribution, because I guarantee you a lot of it will be a contribution at some point in the near future. And then last, do not wait. Use your voice, speak up, and do it as an experiment, right? Because I know our mindset starts to go like, oh my God. And if you talk to yourself and say, I'm just going to experiment in this next meeting, and I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to get in there. I'm participating. Because remember what I said about the other side of the desk. Your leadership, your senior leadership, is experiencing the same thing you're experiencing.
So powerful.
We all have a circle going on of like health, finances, family, spiritual. We all have it right now. So you're actually being a contribution to your team, your leadership, and what's possible for your clients, whatever neck of the woods your company is in. So by holding back, we don't get to do that right now. Yeah. We get to jump in and then take 1, 2, or all of those steps to ramp up into you contributing to what's going on in your company right now.
I love that. So what other opportunities, Tiffany, do you see right now out there because of what's going on in our environment?
Oh boy, I talked about this a lot over the last 48 hours. I said this morning on my show, is I'm so excited to see what comes out of this.
Yeah.
All the new art, all the new music, all the new inventions, things are going to get invented right now.
Yeah.
Like all the new companies that are going to be birthed because like someone's sitting at home, like, we should do this now. Like we got time, and like all those projects that have been on the shelf are coming off the shelf. So what, and how I like threaded the needle for that is because we're in a different environment right now, we are able to access different parts of our brain, different parts of our intuition, different parts of our creativity, our resourcefulness. And because of that, we are able to step into this new place because A, we're already doing things differently right now.
Yeah.
And B, you're going to see the results. You're going to see what you created over this time, what worked, what didn't work, what was missing if something was missing. So that's really the new, if you will. So even just knowing, you know, I was talking to a couple of people and they're just like, it was so amazing to do, you know, to do this conference call with just like, in my t-shirt and my sweats, like I felt more like me.
Exactly.
Like I felt more like me. I'm like, so what gets to happen when you are more like you?
Yeah.
And what's been holding you back from even in your suit or your nice outfit from being you with your work?
Yeah.
So, and the other beautiful part is the relationships that we're all building with the people we love and with strangers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah, I walk on the bike path and it's a totally different experience than how it has been in the past. It's just everybody has this like, it's like almost this new awareness, right? This new awareness of who we are and what it is. It's like everybody's saying, I get to be me. I just get to be me, and whatever that looks like and whatever that means. So that's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah. So what would be your message to everybody? So if I'm listening to this right now and I'm like, okay, I get what you guys are saying, I'm still over here and I'm stuck, what would be your message to them right now in this time?
Don't wait. This is your moment. So whether your moment is to be a contribution to your company, to your team, or to be a contribution to your professional journey, lean in. You know, I support people with, like I said earlier, landing their dream job. Line it up now. We can't come back to the same place we were before this had been going on. The world is different. We're moving forward. So you go forward to the place you get to go. So lean in. So I would even say that example of the person who's sitting in a meeting and has these ideas, look at yourself as the leader. You are not, you know, just a part of the team. You are the leader of the team. And what's possible when you lean into being the leader of the team? What gets to happen?
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's where all the possibility comes from, right?
Absolutely.
Like that's
and you have nothing to lose right now. Like people, you have nothing to lose when you lean in and offer possibilities and contribute right now. Yeah. Even if they're like, no, it's not a no to you. It's that's probably not going to work right now. And it might work. Listen, these days are changing by the hour.
Yeah.
Whatever that idea is, it might be great for this Friday. You have no idea. You've no idea. So contribute, get it out, come out of the closet with all of your ideas, all of your contribution, and in a way that is supportive. So I just want to put that caveat in there.
Great caveat.
No steamrolling, no bulldozing, like contribution, be a contribution, right? Yeah. So I have to put that caveat in there just because I know some of my folks are like, woo, they're like, you know, I deal with top performers.
Yeah, right. They're bulldozing all the way through.
Yeah. Gracefully contribute to what's going on.
Yeah, I love that. So through this, Tiffany, I know we're only a couple weeks in, right? But we've all had massive lessons and massive breakthroughs as we've gone through this. What has been your biggest leadership lesson?
Wow. Is really leaning into compassion and acceptance. Understanding each person is having their own experience, even though, you know, we're in one of the biggest collectives of my lifetime at 45.
Right.
That leaning into the compassion that each person is having their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences around this, and really understanding the bigger picture. This is not about me.
Right.
This is
It's
not
not about
about
me.
my immune system, my health, my finances. This is way bigger.
Yeah.
So that's really what I love about the pause, is because, you know, our life, we're like, go, 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 do. And this is really allowing me to pause in a way, and not only pause, but just lean back, have compassion for everyone out there in their own unique experience, as we are collectively experiencing the same thing.
Right. It's so beautiful. There's just so many beautiful things about this. There really, really are.
Oh, yeah.
Last question I ask everybody who's on the show, this question. So the podcast is Your Leadership Legacy. So I've known you, Tiffany, for a while now. I mean, maybe a year or so. You were my coach in a leadership program. And so what leadership legacy do you aspire to leave?
Wow. And this is so interesting. I did my thesis on this. It's unity.
Of course
unity.
it is.
I know. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so interesting that this is like, the work is coming full circle. And you know, the theory and the conclusion that I put together was that it starts with self-acceptance. And when we accept who we are, we're able to understand and accept and meet people where they are, to have conversations and create, you know, just unity. We don't have to agree with one another, but just a united front of we are all in this together. This earth, this, you know, the food that we eat, the land that we live on, the work that we're generating together is it's a united front. And wherever we are going next, it's going to take all of us. Yeah. All of us. So unity would be my leadership legacy.
I love that. Talk a little bit about self-acceptance and authenticity. So like, how does self-acceptance, because we've talked a little bit about authenticity on this, right? Like stepping into our true you. My business name is True You Team. Yeah. So, right. So like, I want you to talk a little bit about how self-acceptance leads to authenticity.
Wow. So, and this is my experience. I believe that once we accept all parts of who we are, all of it, and accept it, like really get intimate with it, that we're able to let go of that, the projection and the preconceived notion of judgment. Because I know in my life, a lot of things that I didn't do or like sabotage was because of judgment. And the reason things kind of formulated in my life was because of judgment. Yeah. So on the other side, the 180 of judgment is acceptance. And when you lean into accepting all parts of of yourself, you're able to feel authentically you. Yeah. No, this gray hair, this pimple, you know, I got on some sweatpants down here, like all of it. Like I said something silly, or I said something that now I'm like, wow, maybe that might have not been the best thing in the world to say. And not beating myself up over it, just accepting it, learning from it, and shifting into what gets to happen next. So that self-acceptance piece. And, you know, I take my clients through an exercise of compliments. How do you experience a compliment? Are you like, thank you? Or no, you are. Or are you automatically onto a new topic? And that's just a really simple exercise of like really feeling into where you are with your self-acceptance and the intimacy you have with yourself. Yeah. Because that was a big breakthrough. I'm still breaking through it, by the way, is intimacy.
Me too.
Amazing. So it's something where as I get to know myself better, and what a beautiful time to get to know yourself better and be with yourself. That acceptance piece really, really allows us to let go of our judgment and our lack of understanding, especially when someone has a different point of view than you. It's so easy to defend, to argue, to battle, or to ignore, shut them down. Right. So when you accept yourself, you're able to lean in and say, tell me more. I don't understand yet, but tell me more.
Right. And then the conversation goes deeper and you get more things figured out through it, right? Instead of all the things that we normally go to. So, all right. Tiffany, tell us where people can find you.
So my company is called Evolve, and our website is evolveeq.com. That's a mouthful. Yes, two E's are next to each other. I'm on I'm on Facebook, Tiffany Houser / Tiffany Houser. Same as Instagram @Tiffany Houser, and I'm on LinkedIn, Tiffany Houser, and it's HOUSER.
Awesome.
So house with an R.
Amazing, amazing. So I want to thank you. You are beautiful inside and out. You are a powerful, powerful being. And it's just been an honor to watch you over the last year, just rise in your own leadership. And you're just kind of a badass. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it when we're recording it. So.
Same to you, Tina. What a joy and what an honor to share space with you today. And thank you so much. I love you. And I'm so over the moon with what you're up to as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Can't wait to see more.
Right? There's so much for everyone. All right. That's it, you guys. We are done with this episode. We will see you next time around. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
My name is Tina Paulus-Krause, and I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Check out our programs and events at trueyouteams.com. And until next time, make it an amazing day.